Hi everyone, episode 321 of the Adelaide Show comes out tonight. Really honoured to be doing this one because in my Facebook feed I've seen a lot of people casting aspersions against the government, the way they're reacting to Covid-19, decrying it as a conspiracy, blah, 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 blah. My gut instinct says that's not right and the science backs me. And one of the people who can help us navigate, as she does in the episode, is Dr Jacqueline Stephens, epidemiologist, infectious diseases epidemiologist. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure.
I loved our chat. I learned so much, and it was a bit longer than I said it would be. I apologise.
Yes, I have been here for some time now.
About 6 hours.
But it's been great fun. I've had a great time.
Can I just say that I've learned a lot through the COVID experience about changing habits, etc. Even so, look at this. The little jars of olives, we've all got a special dish. We didn't have a communal dish. As an epidemiologist, do you give me a tip for that?
I did appreciate that. Thank you.
Lovely. I still pick them out by fingers as I put them in, but the thought is there. Now, epidemiology, what do you study? What's the short version of what you study?
So essentially epidemiology is the study of who and where people get sick within a population and from which diseases.
Wow, okay, and which is why it's pertinent to be having this chat. Nigel Dobson's come back. We've missed you, Nigel, now that he's retired.
Sort of.
We're going to have more of him, I hope. Will we get more of you, or is this a one-off?
Actually, no.
Yep, cognitive scientist, you and a dystopian. So are you loving 2020?
Best year ever.
Goodness me. Now, can I just say for the record, just to show that I think about this stuff, look what's behind us. It's a representation of the COVID-19 virus. That's novel and out there, isn't it?
Never seen this before at all.
Not really, no. Most viruses look the same. They're pretty boring in actual fact.
But look!
In terms of what they look like.
There's a spike protein.
So you were saying something off camera about the common cold and COVID-19 being linked.
Common cold.
Well, essentially they're both coronaviruses, so
Right.
They're related to each other.
So why does they just behave differently?
They do, yes. So they behave differently because of the spike proteins.
There you
Sort
go.
of like a Southern American related way.
All right, so look, there is so much to learn. If you have been seeing people saying things that are confusing you in social media, and there's a lot that's counterintuitive that comes out of your discipline, we don't understand it. Like, why a hard lockdown? And we don't get into the politics of it, but we do understand. You will learn the complexities involved of how. I won't do what Nigel and I did in the interview. And can we just apologise publicly? We were so excited about what we were saying, and we just dived in, and I felt we didn't really mansplain, but we sort of did.
You did jump in a couple of times with such enthusiasm, but that's great. I really appreciate the enthusiasm that you've both shown tonight for the topic.
And that's suitably patronising to us. I think that was well deserved on our part.
The problem is though, we get such a simplistic story via the media and mainstream. The nuances are what really makes the true story behind this.
Yeah.
And they're just very rare, and there's just so much more information you need than what you'll find on the normal stories.
We hope to arm you with that stuff so that you've got some inoculation against the mistruths out there. That's a good use of inoculation.
That is very good. Yeah, well done.
I've picked up a few things. Episode 321, the Adelaide Show Podcast. Please listen in. We also cross-reference Blind Insights, another great Adelaide podcast, and also Sam Harris's podcast in our episode. And This Pathological Life, yet another podcast. Podcast is probably the last refuge for getting deep dives thoughtfully into content, and you've helped us do it. Thanks, Jackie.
It was my pleasure.
Thanks.
I might drink some more South Australian wine if that's all right.
Yes.
I'm going to drink some South Australian
ginger beer. Wow,
South Australian
fuck life.
alcohol cures COVID.
No, it doesn't. Cut. Adelaide,
Adelaide.